Hi again. I know it's been a couple of months. I know. I was going to film and then I forgot, and then I moved out, and then summer started. So I'm sorry. I was gonna make a video talking about the different residential areas and what I think about them, but it's a little bit too late for that to be a relevant video, so I might just put it as a part of this video and then make another one with the same information just for the people for next year for housing. But yeah, since it's a little bit too late to do that video at this point, I thought I would do a video about tips for incoming freshmen Umass edition. But yeah, so since it's a big school and all that, I thought I would split this up into sections. So I wrote it down here. So for the first section, we have navigating campus, planning your day, school and studying, dorm living, and dining. So yeah, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about each thing I wrote down, and hopefully you'll find this helpful. And you can watch the other video that I have. I'll probably link it in this video. It's a dorm tour of my dorm from last semester, and I will also be filming another tour and maybe a move-in vlog this year, because I will do it. I want to. I'll do it. Yeah. So navigating campus, that's like something that a lot of people are afraid of, because it's such a big school and people are terrified of how big it is. But you get used to it. It's not that bad, I promise. You will find your way. You won't take 45 minutes to get across campus. At minimum 15 minutes, maximum 30. It's really not that bad. But first tip, learn the bus system. There's an app called Transit. If I can find an image of it, it's here. I'll also probably link it in the description if I can. But I find it really, really helpful. It tells you all the bus routes and where they go and when they're coming, so then you don't have to rely on the posters, because the posters are lying to you. They are not telling you the right time. You will miss the bus multiple times. There are also buses that run not just across the street, but also in campus, so to the dorms. If you want to take bus 35, that will take you up to Orchard Hill, and then also up to the upper part of Central, which is really helpful if you live up there, because I know people hate walking up the hill, especially in the winter. They do only run till midnight though, so you have to make sure that you remember that. So if you're staying up late, you're gonna have to walk. Another one, don't be afraid to use Google Maps. You can find your way across campus using Google Maps, I promise you. It may be a little more difficult, they might give you a longer route, but if you need to, just use it. You will be able to find your way probably afterwards, but no one's looking at you, I promise. There are shortcuts across campus if you want to get somewhere faster. Like, if you want to go from northeast to southwest, there is a fastest route. Not every route is the same. Try to find them whichever way you want. Like, instead of taking the tunnel to southwest, you will take the street, because it's a little bit faster and it's a little less crowded. And you just kind of learn them, but try to learn them if you can. It makes your life easier. It makes your walking much faster. And just another one for navigating. Using the library as a point of reference for how long it's going to take you to walk somewhere is really helpful. So I lived in Northeast last semester, and I knew my walk to the library was about 5 minutes, and anything past that would be more than 5 minutes. So I would know how long it would take me to get places from there. It just kind of helped me, just so I knew how long it was going to be taking me, so what time I needed to leave, and yeah. So the next section, planning your day. So this is kind of obvious. Set yourself a wake-up time every day and stick to it. Don't let yourself sleep in. Oh, my cat just walked in. I'm sorry, my cat just walked in, but she's gone now. Set yourself a wake-up time every day, stick to it. Do not sleep in consistently. It will ruin your schedule, and you will just feel exhausted and not motivated the entire day. Just stick to your wake-up time. Give yourself enough time to do your entire morning routine, and then also go to the dining hall if you eat breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, that's fine. But I personally have to, because I will get sick if I don't. Learn the off hours of the showers in the dining halls. to avoid the rush. So a lot of people take showers at like 9 in the morning or at like 6 or 7 or 8 at night. Remember, just learn for your building and the closest dining hall to you when it's really busy so you can avoid it. It makes your life easier. You don't have to wait in line. You can do things on your time and not wait for like 5 different people to get out of the shower because they're taking forever. It's just so helpful. And if you don't plan on going to your dorm during the day, remember to pack everything that you need. Like, if you don't think you're gonna have enough time to go back to your dorm between classes and you're thinking of not bringing one of your notebooks, bring it. It's just a notebook or it's just a textbook, just bring it with you. Because once you're done with the day or once you're done with that part of your day, you can just go back to your dorm and bring it back and be done with it. You don't need to carry it around the entire day, but once you're done with your classes, you can bring it back, but just bring it. If you think you're gonna need it, bring it. And last one for this section is learn when the study spots are busy or when they're open. So a lot of people I know will use the private rooms in the library. I personally haven't used them because I haven't needed them, because I'll just go to the 23rd floor of the library and just sit there by myself. But learn when they're busy and learn when they're open, so then you aren't getting stuck in the most uncomfortable seat in the corner. Just no. So if you go to the student union, remember that it's going to be really, really busy on Sundays if you want to go study. But just learn that. It's really helpful. So next section is school and studying. Everyone's going to tell you this. Take advantage of add drop. If you don't like a class, if you don't like a professor, if you don't like the syllabus, just drop the class. Read your syllabuses. Read them. And then go to the class. If you don't like it, drop it. Choose another class. You will find another class, I promise you. And if you don't, just schedule something with your advisor. You have about 2 weeks, so you will definitely be able to talk to your advisor during that time if you're having trouble trying to find another class. This is just kind of obvious. Talk to people in your classes, 1 or 2. It doesn't matter if you don't have friends in your class. Just talk to them so then you have someone to study with when you have an exam later this semester, because studying with someone or having someone to hold you accountable while you're studying and they're in your class is so helpful. I did it last semester with one of my friends and we studied together a couple of times, and most of the time we were doing separate things. It was just having another person there, making sure you're doing what you need to do and they're also doing the same thing, and then also being able to bounce off of each other and study off of each other as well. So this is very UMass specific. With general education requirements, you can double and triple dip if you know how to. If you're going to be going for a lot of the art gen eds early on, that is really good. You can double dip with them very easily. You can take a history and a diversity requirement at the same time, or you can do an art and a diversity requirement at the same time. Try to double dip with those because you will have less to do and then you will get done with them earlier. I was able to do that, and now I only have 1 gen ed requirement left that I can do, which is biological science. Physical science, which I'm taking biological science this coming semester. And yeah, it just makes it so much easier. Also, take English writing first semester. You will regret not taking it first semester, because then you have to take it second semester and it kind of feels dumb and useless, which is what I did. Don't do what I did. That's the moral of the story. Obviously study. If learn how to study if you don't know how to, or because I didn't really have to study, but I had to relearn how to study. But just study, and don't wait until the last minute to write that paper or study for that exam. Take your time. Start studying a week or 2 weeks in advance, just because consistency, doing a little bit at a time, makes it stick in your head a little bit faster. It just makes your life easier, to be honest. And then you'll come up with a really good study set on Quizlet, and you'll be able to use it for that entire week instead of having 2 days to memorize everything and then not doing well in the exam. And the last one, obviously everyone says go to office hours, but if you really, really, really don't want to talk to anyone, I don't like talking to people, especially professors or TAs, just email them. Just Send them emails if you have a question. Be like, hey, I don't understand this and I don't really want to go in because I'm uncomfortable talking to people. This is my question. And maybe they'll ask you to come in office hours. Maybe they'll answer your question over email. It just makes your life so much easier if you really, really don't want to talk to them. So now we're on to dorm stuff, which is my favorite section because I like living outside of my house at home. So I failed to mention this, but I am going to be filming a video with like my packing tips, do's and don'ts. So look out for that. I promise I will film it. I promise. Everyone's gonna say do not overpack. You will hate your life. You will have way too much stuff and not enough storage, and then you will just, your room will be a mess and you'll have to bring everything home over Thanksgiving break, and you will just be like, why did I do that? You won't wear that shirt that you thought you were going to wear. Don't bring it. Don't bring those hobbies that you think you're gonna pick up. You're not gonna pick them up. You're not gonna have time. All right. Kind of going off the last one, bring enough storage. Bring more than you think you're gonna need. Bring those totes. You might not keep them. You might lower your bed. You might make your bed higher. Just bring them. If you don't need them, you can bring them home over parents' weekend or Thanksgiving break or even over Christmas break. If you start to realize, oh, I can just bring all this stuff home so I don't need it. Just bring the storage. You're gonna need it. Try to come up with like a consistent schedule for cleaning and doing laundry. Just remember, just do it once a week. Choose a day. My roommate and I last semester, we did a lot of our cleaning on Sunday. So we do cleaning and we do laundry on Sunday. We do it together, so we'd have someone else to hold us accountable, so we would do it. We would also trade off with who was gonna vacuum or who was gonna sweep. Just have a schedule. Your room will stay clean that way, which I need to get better at. Keep things off of your desk and off of your chair. That is not storage, that is a desk. Put it in the storage, don't put it down. That's more of a me thing. I need to get better at that. My desk is a mess right now. Another one, same thing again. Put it away, don't put it down. Your mom's not gonna walk in your room and tell you to put it away. Put it away. I'll tell you, put it away. This is just kind of an annoying thing. Don't be super loud on weekdays at night. It's really annoying. Some people are studying and your RA might be called on you, and then you really don't want that. Like, the RAs don't want to do that. People on your floor don't want to deal with that. Just be respectful. Obviously, quiet hours start, just be quiet. Or go outside the dorm. They can't say anything. Just go stand outside. It's not that cold. And the last one, your floor mates do not need to be your friends. You do not need to be friends with all the people on your floor. Living and being friends with the same people in the same areas. I knew some people that did that and they did not like it. Just make friends outside your building. You don't need to be friends with them. I promise you. Just be friendly to them. Yeah. And on to the last section, dining. Because Umass #1 dining. It's good. I miss it. Don't use all your dining dollars early on and use your meal swipes. Don't go get coffee 4 times a day. Get it once a day, a couple times a week. Don't go to Blue Wall. Go to the dining hall. There are 4. And there's cafes that you can use swipes at. You go to Root's Cafe. You can get a breakfast sandwich with a swipe. Just don't use all of them, because then you're going to run out and then you're going to have to pay for coffee yourself, and you don't want to do that. I personally don't have the dining plan with the dining hall dollars just because I wouldn't use them, but don't spend them early on. I've seen a lot of people spend them and then not know like how to go to the dining halls, which is weird. Just go to the dining hall. It's better, and there's way more options. Yeah. Always check the dining app, the Umass dining app. I will put a picture here, and I'll probably link in the description if I can, the app. But check the menu and check how busy it is. And you can also set with like allergy or like eating preferences. Like if you're vegan or if you have an allergy, you can put it in so it can tell you what you can and can't have, which is super, super helpful. Check that every time before you go to the dining hall so you know how busy it is. You will regret not checking because you will go to Worcester at noon and you will be waiting in line for 40 minutes. Don't do it. Don't get stuff from the grill station. It's gross. It looks like hockey pucks. I'm sorry. This is just like not really like you should do this, but I did this. You can learn what the Friday specials are at each dining hall, because each Friday there's a special at each different dining hall. Like Worcester Friday lunch with dim sum and falafel, which really, really good, so you remember and go there. But it's like super helpful. You can learn what they have and then you'll go and remember, and it's nice. Like Thursdays at Hamp, they have Indian food in the afternoon. Really good. Don't go to Worcester at lunch ever. Just at that point, just go to Frank. Just walk to Frank. You don't need to go to Worcester at lunch. You will get stuck in line and you will be spending so much time you probably won't even eat anything, because then you're gonna need to go to class. Just go to Frank. It's less busy at lunch. And grab and go is actually a great option if you need to get something fast. Use it. Each dining hall has a different grab and go. They have different hours, but Frank grab and go is really good for lunch. So is Worcester grab and go, even though it might take a little bit longer. Hamp grab and go is breakfast, and I've never been to grab and go yet, so I will have to tell you later when I get back about grab and go. And that's basically all of the tips I have. Move-in is currently 37 days away for the freshmen and 38 days for me, because I'm going to be living in one of the towers. But yeah, I'll probably film another video either in a couple days or weeks or something. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.